Welcome to the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Today we're looking at a paper from the Hugging Face trending list, published on January 27, 2026, just 2 days ago. It demonstrates that a transparent, principled training design can yield strong scientific intelligence with fewer than 5 million curated samples, effectively challenging the current trend of massive, opaque pre-training. The paper is titled Innovator-VL, a multimodal large language model for scientific discovery. And as we'll see later, the model manages to outperform much larger competitors on specialized benchmarks while maintaining its general vision capabilities. And for those interested in the implementation, the authors have shared their code on GitHub. On Hugging Face, both the 8 billion parameter instruct and thinking models are available. Both pages provide code examples to get you started with your own scientific image analysis. Figure 1 compares Innovator-VL against top competitors like QN2-VL and Intern-VL across 3 domains. The top row confirms that the instruct model, shown in dark blue, stays competitive on general tasks like AI2D and Real, World QA. However, the middle and bottom rows reveal where the thinking model, in dark green, really shines. In the bottom right, look at the results for OpenRxN and MulParse. While other models flatline near 10%, Innovator-VL jumps to over 60%, showing just how effective specialized scientific alignment can be. Figure 2 details the architecture, which is designed to handle multiple images at their native resolution. At the bottom, the input layer accepts images of varying sizes, like the landscape or the molecule diagram, without resizing or distorting them. These pass upward through the RICE-ViT encoder and patch merger, becoming the variable length token sequences shown in the middle. Finally, the QN3 base model at the top processes these to generate an answer, utilizing specific think tokens to guide its reasoning process. So while Figure 2 detailed the architecture, Figure 3 breaks down the data mixtures used to train it across 3 distinct stages. The chart on the left shows the mid-training dataset, which comprises 85 million samples, largely from general sources like Obelix, seen here in the large blue slice. In the center, the instruct phase introduces more structured data, expanding into categories for charts, tables, and science. Finally, the chart on the right details the reinforcement learning stage. Here, the distribution shifts dramatically, with the dark blue section for STEM and code taking up over 56%, which focuses the model on complex reasoning tasks. Table 1 explicitly lists the scale and trainable components for every step of this pipeline. The first row shows the language-image alignment phase, where only the projector is trained on about 558,000 samples to connect vision and text. Next, the method switches to training all components during the mid-training and supervised fine-tuning stages, scaling up to 85 million and 46 million samples respectively. Finally, the reinforcement learning stage at the bottom sharpens the model's reasoning with a highly specific set of 172,000 samples. Moving from the training schedule to the data itself, Figure 4 illustrates the construction pipeline responsible for that high-quality scientific corpus. On the left, the process starts with synthetic generation, creating samples like e-smiles representations and electron micrograph images. Meanwhile, on the right, the pipeline ingests real-world sources, pulling raw data from papers and patents. Crucially, these streams converge at the bottom, where a scientist in the loop oversees a rigorous filtering process, ensuring chemical validity and generating hard negative questions to refine the dataset. Now, Table 2 presents the full scorecard, comparing Innovator-VL against leading models like QN3 and Intern-VL across 3 distinct domains. In the general section at the top, the first 2 columns share that despite its specialized training, the model maintains high general capability with an average score of about 74%. Moving down to the math and reasoning block, we see that the thinking variant outperforms the instruct version, particularly on complex tasks like MathVerse. However, the science section below reveals the most dramatic impact. Specific rows for MulParse and OpenRxN show scores exceeding 60%, while most competitors struggle to leave the single digits. This specialized excellence pushes the overall average, shown at the very bottom, to a state-of-the-art 61.83%. Wrapping up, 2 takeaways stand out. Principled data curation can outperform indiscriminate scaling, and open reproducibility is essential for advancing scientific AI. By sharing their full pipeline, the authors provide a practical foundation for future research without the prohibitive costs of massive pre-training. That's it for this episode of the AI Research Roundup. I'm Alex. Thanks for listening.